Well, now that tax time is here again, millions of Americans are wondering just where all their hard-earned money is going. Our staff has researched the subject thoroughly, and I'm sorry to report that they have found some shocking examples of government waste. Prepare now to be outraged as we look at your tax dollars at work. Some Capitol Hill bigwigs were upset that Hershey's Kisses only came in one shape. So, now the government is producing its own in all different sizes. The cost to the taxpayer, a staggering $1,600 per kiss. How many of you saw two grown men leave the studio? Oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy. Is it getting hot in here, Paul, or?
Only for comedians.
Yeah. All right. Here is number 2. The Pentagon just spent, remember this is your tax money, how it's being spent $800 million to develop a new top-secret personnel carrier. Here it is, the Trojan cow. You tell me, is this... Now, this summer, some bureaucrat at the White House decided it would be a good idea to have George C. Scott greet visitors at the door. The tourists weren't happy about it, George wasn't happy about it, and the program was abandoned after only one day. You see, George was nasty to diplomats. He would insult dignitaries, refuse to open the door for congressmen, and so they abandoned that program. And Lord, I wish we could abandon this one, but no. Let me explain something to you. This is the kind of thing we build into a piece just as a little joke on the audience. Now, from this card on, this stuff is red hot. We're highly trained professionals. We know what we're doing here. You kids at home, don't fool with this stuff, but we know. These first 3, those were just... we just tossed them in there. Now, here we go. This is where your sides are going to be aching. As everyone knows, the agricultural sector of our economy is in sad shape. So what does Congress propose to cheer up the nation's farmers? The $22 billion Happy Haystack program. Is it that time already? Well... All right, here's number 5. And number 5 has an asterisk by it, so we know this one is really incredible. Now, this one makes my blood boil. The man pictured here, Kyle Nonamaker, was knocking down $45,000 a year as a congressional shrubbery guard. Public outcry led to his dismissal, but guess who replaced him? Yes, George C. Scott. I'm losing the will to live. This brings us to number 7 for those of you scoring at home. You know, it makes sense for the military to stockpile strategic minerals such as chromium, vanadium, and platinum, but $160 million to store ballerinas? Maybe if Don came back out and explained these, we'd... All right, now, you may think that actor George C. Scott has wasted enough of your money. Well, guess again. Following his dismissal as a congressional shrubbery guard, he went on a rampage at a Washington sporting goods store. His actress wife, Trish Van Devere, tried to help clean up the mess, but the public ended up by footing the bill themselves. That's... All right, we'll... Now, this would be the conclusion to this piece. It goes like this. Folks are on the wrong coast. Now, remember the $10 billion that NASA spent on a new satellite camera for the space shuttle? Yeah, we all remember that. Well, all right. $10 billion. It took over 2,000 aerial photos on the last flight, and incredibly, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the only one that turned out. Oh, no. All right, one more. Let me... one more. And I've been told by the writers that this one kind of ties the whole piece together. This is the keystone to the piece right here, this baby right here. In fact, just thought up. It hasn't even been typed. It's brand new writing. There you go. Your tax dollars. Sure, it would be great if hydroelectric power towers could jump up and down, but is it really worth the $2 billion being spent on the project? Celebrating in the locker rooms here at Shea Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with Richard Morris.